Mishpacha Malkiyah Uriel here. And yes, yes, yes. Hey, it's been a very busy week. It's been a very wonderful time. Been a very wonderful session. There's been a lot going on. There's been a whole lot going on. And long story short, I wanted to hop on live. I wanted to hop on for just a minute here. I did promise to come online during the week. I've had some issues logging into my account on YouTube, so had to do it on my phone. And long story short, doing it on my phone is going to be a lot different than what I would usually do. So, wanted to reach out to the fam, let you know that I'm thinking about you, and I have some things in store. I've got some new plans. I'm always trying to take it to the next level, and we are definitely doing that. So expect some new things coming your way. Two, I want to say that I'm interested in bringing back a number of things that we began, such as the How to Hebrew series, bringing that back, as well as doing some other things that are talking about the holistic life of the Hebrew, talking about the whole life of a Hebrew. I was looking at one of the debates today with Zechariah that featured him, I should say. And long story short, hey, one question, someone came in and they were watching me as I was looking at this particular debate between Zechariah and someone else. I forget who he was debating. But man, I wanted to reach my hand into the screen and slap the other fella sideways. But anyway, but someone saw me looking at this debate and they were asking me about, well, so what's going on? I mean, where's your stance? Basically, who am I? What am I about? And from this group of people, I try to keep the rest of my life out of their face, basically. But I demonstrate what it is that I live. And so I was talking with him about a way of life. We have a way of life as Hebrews, and I want to say to CK Damone King, peace and blessings to you. Glad that you're here, my brother. Um, but it's important for us to embrace a way of life, a way of living, rather than a canned religion. The last thing we need as a people is another canned religion handed down to us from someone who's promising to help, promising to be the answer that we need. No, all we need is a way of life that, the kind of way of life that has been prescribed to us from the Most High. That is what we need. Okay, we don't need another canned religion. We don't need religiosity. We don't need Reverend Fatback. We don't need any of that. What we need is a strong, solid dimension, understanding, practical precepts on how to live this life so that we can build and demonstrate the kingdom of the Most High. And contrary to popular belief, the kingdom of the Most High, and I've been saying this, I'm going to continue to say it, it is a physical kingdom and not a celestial kingdom. We have been okey doke, we've been run amok, led astray by thinking that the kingdom of the Most High is some sort of celestial palace dangling in the sky, dangling somewhere in between the clouds. You just can't see it, but it's there. Heaven is there. And we're going to just float on clouds and eat grapes. And that's just going to be our heavenly existence. No, that's not going to be our heavenly existence. I want to, yeah, I almost want to share something, but let me go in this direction. There is proof in the scriptures of there's proof in the scriptures of the kingdom being physical as opposed to being some sort of celestial, paradise, right? Something that is dangling in the clouds, right? There is scriptural proof to that effect. And what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do is I'm going to admonish each and every one of us to look at the practicalities, look at how we were as a people. Now, don't forget how and who we were as a people. Don't forget who we were as a people. We were very practical. We were very hands-on. We were a concrete thinking people. Okay, it's the Greco-Roman, or I should even say, it's the Hellenistic mindset and pagan philosophies that brought in all of the things that we now consider to be, truth and revelation, so forth and so on. They brought that into our lives. We were a very real, true, concrete, very down to earth people that dealt with things that you could prove. We dealt with things that were real. We dealt with things that were a part of our reality. This comes to listen. Okay, so now I got to get into this discussion here because we have to understand that even when we look at ourselves as a people, we look at our book, we look at the Torah, right? The Torah itself was built upon a foundation of truth and practicality that embraced and harmonized with the everyday life of the individual. Okay. Yeah, there were supernatural things that happened, but if you notice the supernatural things that happened in the Torah, they were things that had a physical result in the physical lives of the people. Okay. There was no kind of salvation that was esoteric or spiritual. I mean, that was not known to the people. To have salvation that was merely spiritual or psychological, or a salvation that only affected your heart and your mind was listen, that was unthought of. That was not thought of at all. We had a very solid and sound, very concrete, very real understanding of what salvation was. It was something that was practical. It meant either we were alive or we weren't. Either our babies were going to be alive or they weren't, or either we were going to be safe as a people in our own territory or not. It was very, very practical. And we have lost, there's a couple of things that we've lost. We have lost the sense of practicality, simplicity, and honesty when it comes to the Torah, when it comes to the truth of the Most High. It's become too ethereal, too celestial, and I'm not, listen, it's deep all by itself. It's mystical all by itself. It's wonderful all by itself. What I'm saying is we have lost that physical element where it touches our physical lives. I'm saying that we've lost that. We've lost the with the Torah and with the Tanakh and with the Nevi'im and with the Ketuvim. Listen, we because we have been influenced by Hellenism, we have always had a very, we used to have a very practical, down to earth, but now it's more, how many revelations can you get, and how many different interpretations can you get from a rabbinical Judaism standpoint? It's how fanciful can the interpretation get? There's a book that I had called The 70 Faces of Torah, where they look at the Torah and they look at every which way how to interpret it, except for the way that the Most High wanted us to. They're looking beneath and beyond and twisting and turning things. And see, this is because of Hellenism. Once again, this is because of the influence of Hellenism. And I want to say that it's one of those things that bothers me because, again, when you go back to the Torah, when you look at Bereshit 1 and 1, what does it say? It says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim wa et haaretz. It says that in the beginning, the Most High created, our Elohim created the heavens and the earth, right? All of this physical existence, it's here because it was created by the Most High. Now, if you're a Marcionite, you're going to say, well, yeah, the God that created the heavens and the earth was a different God than the God of JC, or the father of JC. And this is mainly what Marcion was saying, that it's a different deity, it's a different being. And so we need to separate ourselves from that. We need to separate ourselves from the creator. We need to separate ourselves. Well, here's the interesting thing. The even though Marcion was the first Christian individual to bring about a codices, if you will, of so-called, like a Bible. He actually created the first, and you don't hear a lot about him. You don't hear a lot about Marcion. You don't hear a lot about the fact that he collated the first Bible. You don't hear a lot about the fact that he was Basically, he wasn't even a Jew, but rather he was a pagan. He was a propagator of Hellenism. He toted around, carried around with him the writings of Paul, also the writings of Luke, which he doctored at will. And so, basically, we look at him, and he is the picture and the portrait, if you will, of what Christianity was destined to become. He is the one that said, "Hey, hey, you know what? You know what? The father of JC is not the same guy. It's not the same guy as the creator of the heavens and the earth." But now, when you pay attention to the creation of the heavens and the earth, you learn something very deep. You learn something very, very powerful and very deep. One, you learn when you look at the word bara and how it is used, and the fact that the words make and create are very few in the book of Breshit in its beginning chapters. And what sticks out more so than anything is the word bara. Now, when you look at that, you will see that bara, and you're going to have to study this out for yourself, but look at it. Bara is used when it comes to repurposing what is already there. Okay? It's like this. Let's say I was going to make some hamburgers and I had some potatoes and I was going to make some french fries, right? But then I realized, you know what? I don't want french fries, okay? Instead of the french fries, let's say if I cut them, I peel the potatoes and I cut them up into french fries. And then all of a sudden I stopped and I said, you know what? You know what? These potatoes are here and they're cut up like french fries, but guess what? I want mashed potatoes. I would bara mashed potatoes from the french fry potatoes that are there, uncooked, of course, right? I would bara mashed potatoes out of the uncooked french fries. So rather than frying them in grease, I suddenly changed my mind and said, let me boil them in water. I'm going to boil them in water and I'm going to make some mashed potatoes instead. That is bara. It is repurposing something that is already there. And when you look at it, the heavens and the earth, they're already there, though they're in a form that is somewhat nebulous. It's not defined. Nonetheless, it is there, and the Most High repurposes it. So when you look at the comparison between what Marcion is saying about the Most High, that he's not, the creator of the heavens and the earth is supposed to be wicked. Marcion was thought to be, in fact, son of Satan. They called him son of Satan because he hated the Most High. And basically, he was a I don't know. He was a Hellenist. He was a propagator of Greco-Roman culture. I mean, Greek philosophy, you name it. And so he is the one that is responsible for many of the things in Christianity being laying down as they are. What he developed actually stuck. Okay, they did give him the right boot of disfellowship, but that was only because they felt like he went too far. But they did keep they kept a majority of the things that Marcion subscribed to. What I'm going to say is this, and I'm going to say something very strong here, Mishpachah family. By the way, peace and blessings to my day one, my brother Bergen Paris, also to George Evans. Man, I'm glad to see you guys. Glad to see you guys on here. And one of the things I want to say is that, when you take a look at what's happening right now, and where we need to be. Every place where we as a people have gone into captivity and where we've allowed ourselves to be, how can I say it? We've allowed ourselves to be influenced by outside cultures. It has always hurt us. It has always been a negative, and the Most High has not liked any time when we have allowed other cultures to influence us. Okay? We need to get back to Hebraic purity. We need to get back to the purity of old. We need to be who we are, okay? We need to be who we are and stick to the way of life. Again, not canned religion, but we need to stick to the way of life that the Most High gave us. And that's what I mean to demonstrate to you, okay? That's what I mean to demonstrate to you, family, because long story short, we are here to be a part of the kingdom of the Most High, which again is physical. Okay. We're here to live it. We're here to exist. We're here to be And I'm going to tell you, right along here, I'm reminded of the genealogies, and there's something very strong and powerful that I get from the genealogies. Like, for instance, one of the things that I get from the genealogies is, there are individuals who are listed, okay, in the Torah, and it's almost like when you read the genealogies. Like, for instance, you start reading, and it talks about how and Perez begot so and so begot so and so. I look at that and I marvel at that. Okay. Why do I marvel at that? Because even though you may not hear of great deeds of anyone like Perez or any other individual that you might read, right? Mahalel and Methuselah. And yeah, Methuselah lived a long time, and you have all these other people that lived in the Torah. What's interesting to me is, even though you don't read of anything in particular that they did, the will of the Most High for their life was to survive. That is the great thing that they did. They survived, they multiplied themselves by means of family, and they continued the nation, they continued the lineage. Listen, family. There's a time when that is the most important thing that you can do for the Most High. Okay? There's a time when that is the most important thing that you can do for the Most High. Stay alive and keep having a healthy family, taking care of your family, and just keeping it moving. Because the seed that's going to come out of your lineage, they may do great things, right? But you've got to stay alive in order for them to exist. So when I look at the genealogies, I marvel because in those times, the will of the Most High for them was just to stay alive, just to have a family, just to keep things moving. Okay. I want to ask this. I don't know if there's any questions. I don't know if there are any questions that I can answer or anything that I can speak into. I'm really just checking in for the moment. This is, of course, Thursday night, and we're very thankful. I'm thankful to the Most High to even just be here. I wanted to check in for just a minute. I wanted to talk to the fam and see what was going on with the fam. Um, I don't know if there's any questions. If someone has a question, you can throw it at me. If not, then you know what? Hey, I just wanted to check in, and I wanted to, I just wanted to check in, and I just wanted to say hey to you all. I wanted to come in during the week, and I had an issue with the regular setup, so here I am on my phone, at least being a man of my word, and basically hopping on during the week, as I mentioned. So I pray that each and every one of you have been well. I pray that the Most High has blessed you. I pray that you are good. I'm glad that we have the individuals that we do in the room. Um, yeah, and I did speak to everyone, but we've got some onlookers that are not in the chat room, and I just want to say, hey, peace and blessings to you as well. There are some interesting things that I've been looking at in the Word of the Most High. Some interesting things that I've been looking at, interesting things that I've been checking out. And listen, I haven't forgotten what we're talking about on Shabbat morning coffee. I have not forgotten about that, and we are going to discuss more of that. We're going to talk about more of that, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. But aha, um, that whole someone asked a question in the chat room. Uriel, do you have Christmas gifts? I'm not into paganism. I am not a pagan. Okay, it is a pagan holiday. And no, I'm not into that at all. I'm sorry. I know it's a you look, man, it's a killjoy for some people. 'Cause they're like, oh, you don't, man. But what about the Christmas spirit? And it, I gotta say, y'all, I gotta say, seemingly since I've come into the truth, it's bothered me when, of course, people would say Happy Holidays, right? because I'm not into the paganism. And then it's like, man, do I get into this with him? Do I get into the battle of paganism and so forth and so on? And it's to the point now to where, of course, I don't get into the whole Christmas thing. I don't do the, Santa Claus or whatever. Now, any chance I get to meet with family, I will meet with my family and spend time with my family. I will definitely do that, but I do not celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, their New Year's Eve or anything like that. And I don't gladly. Okay. And some people might say, "Man, but you a killjoy, man. Christmas is one of the best times of the year." And I mean, just stop and think about it for a minute. Basically, people agree to feel better during the Christmas time, right? And of course, you know what they say, JC is the reason for the season. Well, see, I'm not into all that paganism. I'm not into that garbage. And my brother Bergen Paris says, since we have come into the truth, he says we've saved a lot of money. And yeah, that is another point because you end up spending hundreds of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, for gifts that a lot of times when I'd buy stuff for my kids when they were younger, they were oohing and ahhing over them, and the next day the toy was thrown in the corner just like all the other toys. I can't recall anything that I've ever gotten my kids for Christmas that they were like, "Oh man, Dad, that changed my life." No, I can't think of a single thing that I've ever gotten them for Christmas where they were like, "Oh yeah, that's a game changer. I'm going to be a better person because of that." No, I have not seen anything that has helped their destiny. Nothing that has helped them. It's just oohs and ahs, commercialism and paganism all rolled into one. So I'm not into it. I can hug family. I can have fun. We can eat food all year long. I don't need someone to show me some fat white guy in a red and white suit in order for me to be happy. I don't need that. Okay. I don't need fairy tales about flying reindeer and candy canes and all that. I don't need all that. I think that too many of us spend our time outside of reality and we really need. I know it sounds like, a killjoy, bah humbug. Well, hey, whatever you would say, but I just simply want to say we need to spend time in reality, affecting and changing our world, doing the will of the Most High, and yet and still loving each other and having fun. You can have that. Listen, if you want the Christmas spirit, which is time of joy, love, and singing, you can have that all year long. You don't have to wait for the fat white guy to show up in order to have Christmas, right? The thing about it is, more people are feeling happy and happy-go-lucky and all of this during Christmas because it is planned. It is a planned psychosis. Okay, it is an orchestrated and planned psychosis that everyone has, where they enter into this whole Christmas thing, and it's planned, right? C.K. Damone King says, once you find out its origins, it will change how you will think of the of the hella days. I like how you put that. So humbled by the Most High for showing me the truth. And I'm on to that. Definitely, definitely. And all of us are humbled by walking in the truth because, hey, bottom line of it is we are iron sharpening iron and we are helping one another. We are helping each other to walk this path. None of us are pretending to be the know it all. We are all helping each other. And so we are sharpening each other and we're keeping each other accountable and we are learning from each other. We're learning more about the holy days, instead of holidays, we're learning more about the holy days of the Most High. And I want to say to my brother Adrian, peace and blessings to you, my brother. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. And I'm going to second. Let me get my. I want to get a scripture out. Just give me just a second here. Good to see each and every one of you. Let me do this as I pull my. Hold on here. I know y'all, I'm operating a little bit differently tonight because I had issues logging into my YouTube account and I had some issues here. So I needed to do some things differently. And give me just a second. I'm not going to be on here long. Okay. I just wanted to pull up a couple of things. And see, my thing is, I can't see, but with this particular setup, I can't show you guys the scriptures like I want. I can't show you the scriptures like I usually do. Okay. So you'll have to excuse me, but we will be back in the saddle on Shabbat morning, and we'll be able to show you scriptures there. So give me just a second. Okay, get my Tanakh going here. But let me do this, and let me go to. I want to go to a particular. Um, I want to go to a particular passage, and I want to just. Okay, boom, boom. All right, so let me go to the book of Isaiah. Okay, let me go to the book of Isaiah. And I want to read. I want to read. You know what? I'm gonna have to do it to. I'm gonna have to do it this way. I'm gonna have to do it in a way that you can see the scriptures. I'm gonna literally have to just show you the scriptures. How about that? Okay. Let me do it this way. We're gonna go to Isaiah 11 and 1 real quick. And then I think we have a question. Okay, no, there's a statement. My brother Bergen Paris says, I don't do the NT, but I like the throw this one at the holiday thumpers. 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But hey, let me show you this. Let me show you some scripture. Okay. Isaiah 11, Isaiah 11 and 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. Okay. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. Notice what's read here, verse number 6. The wolf shall also dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp, or the poisonous serpent, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den, or basically the serpent's den. Okay, or and some people say that this is a scorpion. Okay, and it says, they shall not hurt nor destroy. And I want you to see this. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. So in this, what we're seeing here, point blank, is we're seeing that what we should be looking for, what we should be wanting, what we should be desiring is the manifestation of the kingdom of the Most High, where everything actually changes, where we are able to bring in, we're able to usher in the root, if you will, the root of David, the root uh, from the stem of Jesse. We're able to actually embrace this reality where this becomes our truth, this becomes our lives, where we're witnessing, if you will, a change. Listen, there are things that are happening all over the planet. The Euphrates is drying up. There are brooks breaking forth in the wilderness. There are things happening all over this planet. And I would simply say that the Most High is preparing us for things to change drastically and dramatically. Things are going to change right before our eyes to the point to where we are experiencing what the Most High always wanted, which is the manifestation of his kingdom, which is the kingdom Israel. We have to understand that Isaiah 53, it's about Israel and the manifestation of the kingdom of Israel. It's not the kingdom of heaven. It's not the kingdom, again, that celestial kingdom in the clouds, but it is a physical kingdom that the Most High is describing, even here, okay, saying that a child is going to put their hand upon the den of the poisonous animal, and guess what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. He said that there's going to be peace. There's going to be nothing's going to hurt on all my holy mountain. And see, this is what we need to understand. He gave us an example of this when we were in ancient Kemet, about to be delivered, about to be rescued out in Goshen. Okay, I know some say that it was avarice, but in Goshen, okay, in Goshen, while the plagues were going on in Mitzrayim, in Goshen, we were at peace. In Goshen, we did not experience the things that they experienced, all the plagues and everything else. We didn't experience that. Okay. So as I continue on, I'm just gonna just give me just a few more minutes. Give me just a few more minutes, okay? Because it says here, and I'm just gonna continue. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. Okay. To it shall the Gentiles seek. Right now, things are backwards. Right now, we're seeking, and we as a people, I'm talking about us as a people, we've been seeking that the Gentiles tell us the way to go, the way to live, spirituality, truth. We've been looking to the Gentiles to teach us rather than us standing on our own 2 feet and being who we're supposed to be, which is the people of the Most High that have been given the knowledge of the Most High. Let me do this real quick. Let me just go here. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 29 and 29. Some of you may know what this reads already, okay? Some of you may know what this reads already, but Deuteronomy 29 and get it? I went right by it. Okay, here you go. The secret things belong unto Yahweh, our Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. And it shall come to pass that when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether Yahweh Eloheka have driven you, or the Lord your God have driven you, and shall return unto Yahweh. This is what we need. And shall return unto Yahweh, your God, with all of your heart, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day. Meaning that really, listen, you talk about a survival pack. All you need is the Torah as your survival pack, the first five. That's all you need is your survival pack. If you want a concise survival pack, all you need is the first 5 books. And if you even say, you know what, I need it to be more condensed than that, then all you need are the 10 Commandments. That is the covenant itself. It is the covenant that the Most High made with us. If you want a survival pack, or you even want to get even more streamlined, then yeah, then you would use the 10 Commandments. But we can make it with that. We can be restored to the Most High with that. We can be who we are as a people and who we need to be with just the first 5 books that Moshe has given unto us. So he says, if you do according to all that I command you this day, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul, then the Lord your God will turn your captivity. This is where we're at. This is what we need. We need our captivity to be turned. You know it. I know it. We need our captivity to be turned. Okay? He will turn our captivity and have compassion upon us and will return and gather us. Our obedience is necessary for him to gather us from all the nations. Our obedience, I'm going to say that again. Our obedience is necessary for him to gather us from all the nations. Our obedience is necessary for him to restore us and for him to take us from where we are now to where we need to be. Our obedience is necessary. Okay. So when you stand upon the truth and you begin to teach others the truth, you begin to walk in this truth, you are helping to bring about what we call the messianic age, which is, again, like I read in Isaiah the 11th chapter, where the lion and the bear where the cow and the bear are together and the lion is eating straw like an ox and so forth and so on. Listen, this is a transformed society. This is a transformed world. This is a transformed planet. And this is what the kingdom of the Most High is going to be. It is what it is intended to be. And our obedience helps to bring that forward. Our obedience helps to bring that here, okay, into the real, into the now, so that it is a part of our reality, okay, and not a part of some celestial fairy tale, okay? So, long story short, we are doing the will and the work of the Most High as we teach others to be obedient and as we demonstrate it. Okay. I know during this Christmas time, you're going to get people inviting you to Christmas parties. And you're going to have to decide, do I want to be a party pooper? Do I want to, do I want to rub people the wrong way? What are people going to think about me? Listen, I'm encouraging you to stand strong. I'm encouraging you to just stand on your own square, be who you are. Okay. You don't have to go along with the crowd. We know that it is written that we do not follow a multitude to do wrong or to do iniquity, but we stand upon the words of the Most High no matter what. That's who we are. And of course, I'd rather please the Most High than to please, someone else, a family member or someone else for just a few moments, right? I'd rather please the Most High. That's just how I roll. So I could read more. We could get into more. But I just want to encourage you to stand strong. I want to encourage you to be practical. I want to encourage you to be very truthful. I want you to just encourage you to wean yourself from Hellenism, from Greek philosophy, wean yourself from the Christian New Testament, wean yourself from those things, and follow the truth that is in the Tanakh. Follow the truth that is in the Torah. Follow that. Stand strong, especially during this so-called holiday time. Okay. Strengthen yourself during this holiday time. Be strong, be who you are, and let people appreciate you for who you are, okay? I know they're not going to understand it. I know that they're not going to understand it. They're not going to understand it. But, hey, stand strong, right? Still love them. Let them know that you still love them. But, hey, guess what? Hey, I'm standing. I'd rather obey the Most High than to not obey the Most High. I think I'm going to stop right there. My brother says, hey, stay on the wall. My brother Adrian, hey, I will definitely stay on the wall. And I'm so glad that we're all united together. We're joined together as a family. We're strengthening each other. We're encouraging one another. And hey, I simply want to say I love you all. I wanted to check in with you real quick. I wanted to be a man of my word and hop on here during the week. Had a technical difficulty where I was not able to use my other system. So, hey, here we are. Yet being a man of our word. And so I just simply want to say I love you all. And hey, I think I'm going to end it here. And as always, you can feel free. I'm going to ask my brother, my chief moderator, to put my email address up there. If you need to contact me, if you need to ask me a question, do that. Okay. And even if you have suggestions for Shabbat morning coffee, please email me and hey, we'll make it happen. So peace and blessings to you. And I love each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. You guys are my family, and I appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you. And I just simply want to say, hey, with everything that is within me, we're going to be taking this to the next level, and we're going to give you even better content than what we had before. Again, I'm always working on pushing to the next level. And so we're doing exactly that. So peace and blessings to you. Stay strong. Remember, the law of our Elohim is perfect, converting the soul. Hallelujah. So we are changed as we embrace the Torah, as we walk in obedience. We are changed, but not only that, we bring salvation and change to the world. We bring forth the messianic age. All we have to do is stay on our square and be obedient. So, peace and blessings. I want to say that once again, hey, it's been a pleasure. And hey, I'm going to sign off for right now. I'm glad all of you that checked in, all of you that are here, thank you so much. I appreciate the fact that you're here with me. And hey, I wanted to check in, be a man of my word, but hey, Yah willing, we're going to see you for Shabbat morning coffee. So, peace and blessings to you. Shalom.